Hi, and welcome to a Life Soul podcast, where we explore personal growth, high performance, and intentional living. I am Wasim Balani, and I believe life isn't just about getting through the day, it's about becoming fully alive in everything we do. Through my journey, whether in medicine as a heart rhythm cardiologist, cycling and running, or personal development, I have learned that success isn't just about reaching goals, but about who we become along the way. This podcast is here to inspire and challenge you to push your limits, cultivate discipline, and live with purpose. Join me each week as we dive into ideas, reflections, and practical strategies to help you grow into your best self. So let's get started. Hey there, and welcome back to a Life Soul podcast. I'm so glad you're here with me today. This episode is a little more personal, a little more reflective, and I think it might speak to something many of us carry quietly, even if we don't talk about it much. Let me start with a question. Have you ever started something that was so close to your heart, something meaningful, something you really believed in, only to be met with silence, rejection, or even subtle disapproval from people around you? Maybe you shared a thought, a message, a creative project, or something you poured your heart into, and instead of feeling supported, you felt questioned, or ignored, or misunderstood. That experience can be deeply discouraging. And if we're not careful, the pain of rejection can creep in and make us doubt ourselves, our purpose, or even the message we believe in. So today, I want to talk about something we all face at some point: rejection, being misunderstood, feeling unseen. How do we process that pain and still keep showing up with sincerity and intention? Let's be real, rejection hurts. It's one thing to receive constructive feedback that helps us grow, but it's a different kind of ache when we're trying to do something good and it's misread, dismissed, or ignored. Maybe you stepped out of your comfort zone to share something you believed in. Maybe you offered support, encouragement, a reminder, a message of faith or growth, and it landed flat. Or worse, felt unwanted. Sometimes people won't say anything at all, but their silence speaks loudly, and it hits you in a place that words can't always describe. Suddenly you start questioning yourself. Was I too much? Did I say it the wrong way? Should I have kept it to myself? Or maybe I'm not even the right person to be doing this. And that's how rejection slowly turns into self-doubt. Not because you stop believing in your message, but because the reaction made you feel like maybe you don't belong in that space. The harder part is we often carry that struggle silently. We don't tell anyone. We just quietly retreat. We second-guess our next step. We hesitate to share again. We become more cautious, more reserved, not because we've changed, but because we've been hurt. That silence doesn't just make us hesitate, it slowly pulls us away from our purpose. And the tragedy is, we start to reject ourselves long before anyone else does. But here's the truth. It's not your voice that is the problem. It's the weight of expectations, assumptions, and fear of judgment that begins to cloud the clarity you once had. And that's why we need to pause, step back, and reconnect with something deeper. So why does rejection hit so deeply? Oftentimes, it's because of unspoken, unrealistic expectations. We might not realize it, but when we share something meaningful, there's usually a hope behind it, that people will understand us, that they will support us, that they will see our heart. But when that doesn't happen, when the reaction doesn't match the hope, we feel something much deeper than disappointment. We feel invisible or even disvalued. Now, on top of all that, add social media into the mix, and it gets even more complicated. We're constantly exposed to the numbers, likes, comments, shares, and views, And whether we realize it or not, we start to tie our message to those metrics. We start thinking, if no one engaged with this, maybe it wasn't worth sharing. Over time, our self-worth starts to lean on external validation, and that's a slippery slope, because the more we look outside for affirmation, the more disconnected we become from the purpose that led us to speak up in the first place. Social media is a tool, but it is also a trap if we're not careful. It can feed the ego and crush the spirit, both in the same swipe. So we need to come back to this. Your worth is not in numbers. Your value is not in the responses. Your impact is not in visibility. The real question is, did you show up with sincerity? Does this align with your values? Was your heart in the right place? Because that's what really matters. And whenever I feel the weight of rejection, I ask myself, why did I start this? And almost always the answer takes me back to something pure and simple. I did not start this to impress anyone. I did not start it to go viral. I started it to serve, to share light, to speak the truth, to do something meaningful. And when I return to that, I feel grounded again. There is so much freedom in remembering that you're not here to be approved by people. You're here to live with intention, to speak with sincerity, to align your action with your values and your purpose. And as a person of faith, I believe in God, His wisdom, His mercy, His perfect understanding of every heart. And when I feel uncertain or discouraged, I come back to this truth. My role is to show up, to deliver the message with sincerity. The guidance, that part is never mine. It's always in God's hands. This one truth has the power to lift a tremendous weight off your shoulders. You're not responsible for changing hearts. You're not responsible for convincing people, proving yourself, or managing how your message is received. You're simply responsible for showing up with sincerity, with humility, and with a heart that intends good. That's it. You may never see the outcome. You may never hear the feedback, but your efforts are never unseen, because the one who sees everything sees you. He sees the intention behind your words. He sees the struggle it took to speak up. He sees the courage it took to keep going when others did not understand. And when your message is offered for His sake, not for applause, not for validation, that alone is a success. So breathe. Let go of the need to control what happens next. Let your job be the message, and trust that the rest will unfold exactly as it's meant to. Here's something I also learned along the way. Rejection isn't always a negative. Sometimes it's a gift in disguise. Yes, it stings, but it also slows you down. It gives you a space to pause, reflect, and realign. It humbles you. It clarifies your why. It becomes an anchoring moment, a quiet nudge back towards your true intention. In the noise of approval seeking, rejection can be the reminder. Come back to sincerity. Come back to service. Come back to the truth. And when you walk forward from that place, you become stronger, deeper, and more at peace. And here's something I want you to hold on to. You don't need a crowd to make an impact. If just one person hears what you've said and their heart softens, or they take one step forward healing or in growth or connection to God, that's everything. Your effort is not wasted. Even if no one comments, even if no one sees it right now, even if the people around you don't acknowledge it, God sees it. And He's the one who rewards sincerity, not popularity. So before we close, I want to leave you with a few practical ways to navigate rejection and discouragement. Number 1, reconnect with your intention. Ask yourself, why did I start this? Let that answer guide you. When your why is strong, the noise fades. Number 2, release the outcome. You're not responsible for the results, only the effort. Do your part and trust the rest to unfold as it should. Number 3, give yourself space to heal. It's okay to feel hurt. Don't rush past it. But don't let this define you either. Let it shape you, not stop you. Number 4, seek support from people who understand. Don't isolate yourself. A single conversation with someone who believes in you can lift your entire spirit. Number 5, keep showing up. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be perfect. Just keep being present. Quiet consistency matters. Number 6, let the challenge deepen your message. Some of your most powerful insights will come from your most painful moments. Let the struggle refine your voice, not silence it. So before we close, I want to leave you with this. If you've been holding back because of rejection, if someone's response made you question your voice, your worth, and your path, please don't let that moment define you. Your intention still matters. Your message still matters. You still matter. Rejection isn't the end. It can be the pause that helps you realign and come back even stronger, not louder, not flashier, just more grounded in why you started. So take a deep breath and keep going. Not to prove anyone wrong, not for validation, but because what you're doing matters, because your effort, your presence, your intention, they all have value. Even if others don't see it right now, that doesn't make it any less real. You don't need everyone to understand your journey. You just need to keep walking it with sincerity. Let this be the moment you stop waiting for approval and start standing a little taller in your truth. You've made it through rejection before, you rise from this too. So stay strong, stay sincere, and keep moving forward. And if this episode gave you something to think about, or something you need to hear, please share it with someone else who might be feeling the same way. Because even one shared message can go a long way, and we all grow better when we do it together. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode.